who are health tech savvy, and we have already organized 3 to 4 HitCons which are hit among health tech persons. Today's topic is about digital parenting. For that, we have eminent speaker from Baroda. Basically, he is a pediatrician practicing at Baroda. He is a secretary, Computer and Medical Science Chapter IAP 2019 and 20. He is an executive board member, Central IAP 2020, convener Website Committee, Central IAP 2020-21, West Zone convener, Child Abuse and Child Labor, Chief Editor, Eye Cancer IAP 2020, Executive Board Member, Academy of Pediatrics, Gujarat State, Sports Secretary, IMA Baroda 2019-20, and past President, Academy of Pediatrics, Baroda. Also, he is an organizing secretary, Chris Con 2018. So we have a most learned and computer savvy speaker. So let us hear from him digital parenting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a good introduction of me. Let's share first my screen. So dear friends, good evening. First of all, I congratulate HitCon team for right time planning of such webinar, as we are not able to organize any physical conference at least for a couple of months. So TechnoSavvy team make it possible digitally. I compliment them to choose right time, that is our tea time. That is now it's a chai with HitCon. My introduction is already given by Darwar sir, so there is no much introduction is needed from my side. But if we consider COVID-19 lockdown, it gives us very good family time, and epidemic of academics webinar give us a great opportunity to select the topic on which we want to sharpen our knowledge. It is give really good opportunity for us to develop personal skill or sharpen our hidden hobbies, what we miss due to extreme busy our competitive life. It is really help us to bring back our real family touch in our life, which we must miss due to our hectic schedule. I think kids enjoy the most due to availability of parents and able to spend really family time with them without any hurdles. This is the best vacation they ever enjoyed till now, even at home only. But this lockdown increased the responsibility of the parents and evaluate their parenting skill. So our today's topic is also about the new era of digital parenting, that is the digital parenting. Before starting to my presentation, I have one disclaimer that this presentation is mainly made only for educational purpose, for awareness within the community without any commercial intention or any other purpose. I really like to compare our COVID pandemic with our gadget pandemic, as both has very short history but very huge impact within a short period of the time all over the world. Isn't it? Digital world expands so quickly and flooded with so many gadgets that our parents also have no time to understand how to deal with them for themselves and children both. They have no personal experience to handle it, and no elder, wise parents or person available to guide them, as elders also have never exposed or never thought about such type of the need of parenting. So we know the media is double-edged sword, and it is essential element of our daily life. We can't ignore the need of digital evolution because it's really required for our socialization and connectivity. It really gives us a good knowledge and information. It helps us for the education of ourselves and our children. Entertainment tools are definitely exclusively now on the digital media. Navigation help us to travel a lot at any part of the India or world. Financial transaction nowadays also make a digital only it's possible. If we understand the benefits of the digital technology for the children, it enhances the learning and educational benefit through smart class, videos, learning groups, exchange of the study material. It encourages them about the awareness and creativity and individuality by the meet with the experts. They develop technical skill by learning by through different gadgets. They also help to, in case of the abuse and emergency, to take the immediate help through that these type of the gadgets. Let's take few facts and figures. As information technology and social network to service have expanded people's ability to connect with friends and strangers. Almost 48.3% of the world population have a computer at home and 62.9% operate at mobile phone. Adolescents have been found to be the biggest consumer of social media platform. If we ask to any person, can you live without internet? Almost 82% of the Indians say they can't live without the internet. Our daily use of the internet or social media is almost 2.5 hours daily, hour per day. Is the average daily use of the social media. 3.5 hours average daily mobile internet use, and around 5 hours of the average internet use via PC or tablets. If we take the India scenario, it will be the really strange that even almost 16 hours of waking time, we almost checking the 150 times our mobile, and 87% of the young Indians believe that people have different offline and online identity. If we take the different use of the internet or the mobile, almost 22% of the smartphones are used in the low, means in the toilet. 84% take their phone to the bed, and many other things that can be possible by the our mobile or internet gadgets. Almost internet users are reaches now to 627 million in 2019. I think this is the most expressive slide in my presentation, showing that in present era, parents are so much busy with their routine on digital gadget that they almost neglect their children and their expectation of quality time with the parents. And as parents are usually a role model for children, they also follow the path of the parents and can't resist themselves for using mobile or laptop or any other digital device for long time. It's our aim, today's aim of discussion will be identify the problem, how can we manage, and how can we prevent. So let's understand, identify the problem. So problem will be, first we understand what is the necessary use of the media, what is about the addiction, what is the meaning of effects of the excessive use, and what is it, if we use excess, what is the immediate effect, what is the long-term effect, what is cybercrime, and what is cyberbullying. Addiction is used in many contexts in order to describe obsession, compulsion, or excessive psychological dependence on anything, including the gadgets and media. Its addiction may be related with the internet addiction, social media addiction, television, pornography, and there is a dictionary of digital addiction that includes the nomophobia, FOMO, internet gaming disorder, internet addiction disorder, and so on. I already give the all idea about the necessity, but this type of the addiction will never know till now because many of these terminologies are frequently not used. In contrast to addiction in the social media and mobile device and internet, it can be defined as someone who engage in excessive use in their daily lives around 40 to 80 hours per week, can result in disrupted sleep pattern and increased consumption of the caffeine or other stimulant to stay awake longer to use the internet. Sleep deprivation in turn could impair school performance and neglect of daily activities. Difficulty in controlling or giving up the use and distress or the anxiety when deprived of the use also result in impaired interpersonal relationship, and adolescents with limited social interaction or limited positive social environment may be the most susceptible to addiction. Why adolescents having a more susceptibility? Because the adolescents having a transitional age brain, and it is characterized with increased risk-taking behavior, onset of several psychiatric disorders, and is still developing in areas of decision making, judgment, impulse control, and emotional regulation. As a result, adolescents are even more susceptible to addiction, and this may lead to poorly developed skill needed to function in real social environment, and also negative effect on individuals' physical health as well as the academic and work performance. What similarity between WhatsApp and diaper? We usually keep checking even if there is nothing, and this is called the addiction. Let's understand what are the harmful effects of digital overuse, which include the wastage in the time and poor academic performance. There may be of medical issues, issues related with the mental health, chances of the increase in the accident, problematic internet use, and cybercrime. Let's take them one by one. As it has been seen that child are now spending more hours with digital gadgets, which include the TV, mobile, internet, video game, etc., than the time spending in their classroom. Almost 38 hours they are spending again for the gadget in place of 30 hours in classroom, and ultimately result in the poor academic performance. If considered medical issue, there is sedentary life leading to excessive eating while watching and lack of the exercise leading to the obesity. Due to the repeated exposures in different advertisements by well-known actors and actresses, child become crazy about their body image and leading to the body image disturbances. Blue light of gadgets and lack of frequent blinking of eyes harm the eyes and leading to the computer vision syndrome. Using electronic device before bed delay your body's internal clock. Blue light that's emitted by devices suppress the release of the sleep-induced hormone, that is melatonin. Disturb sleep pattern ultimately affects the health. Excessive use with sedentary lifestyle and improper positioning lead to many orthopedic problems of the spine, joint, and figure. If we consider the problematic internet use, exposure to dangerous, violent content of the program on internet, movies, there is increase in the aggression and risk-taking behaviors in the children. Self-hate is now one newer entity of addiction. Same thing for online shopping addiction, as there is no physical transaction of money. Easy accessibility to porn site without any restriction lead to the porn addiction. If we consider the mental issue, there is a multiple substance abuse to remain active online throughout the day, leading to addiction of such substance in addition to the media addiction, which also increase risk-taking behavioral like other addiction. Feeling of missing out, depression, suicide tendency, attention and learning problems are also common due to the excessive media use. Accident while taking selfies at dangerous and risky sites and risky situations are now common in our country also. Use of mobile and other handy gadgets during driving or crossing the road is one of the most common cause of roadside accident nowadays. And we talk about the cyber crime. It's like a transaction fraud, theft of the improper data. Our important very data can be tapped by anyone. They can spread viruses in our system, are now on peak, and it is like nazar hati or durghatna ghati. Unobserved use of the internet by children make them vulnerable to victimize for cyberbullying, and there is maximum chance of sexual exploitation and abuse of them by the perpetrators. As per the study, 65% of the students between 8 to 14 are cyberbullying. Either they be victim or they become a friend of that victim. So now we understand what is the necessary use of the our digital daily gadget and what are its effects and side effects. Now we know ultimately our own responsibility as a parent to how to we can prevent the excessive use or addiction, and that's why we need the digital parenting. We know different parenting style, which include the authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved. But now we have to learn what type of the parent we are as a digital parent. We may be limiter, we may be enabler, or we may be mentor. In limiter style, useful for the mainly preschool children. Such parents restrict or avoid exposure of the media to the children as far as possible, but this approach not long last, as when children grow further and sudden exposure of necessary use of the media may confuse them about the right use of the media. In enabler parents, this style is usually used by the parents of the adolescent age group. They allow the children what they want to do with full faith in them without much restriction and observation. Such child become digital orphan, as vulnerable for the harm and abuse, as no one helped them to guide them about the safety in such a huge digital world. Mentor style. This style is helpful for all the ages. These parents are enjoy spending time online with the kids. They train and guide the children and cultivate them for the right use of the media, how to behave online. So this is all about the different digital parenting style. Now next question came, when to start digital parenting? And answer is that most of the parents usually start their restriction around the age between 12 to 18 years, when they suddenly feel that their child got addicted. And this is generally too late, as by this time, addiction is well established and extremely difficult to bring under control. And that's why our parenting for the gadgets or the social media is started from the well baby clinic, and that will be should be asked to your pediatrician when we attend your well baby clinic. In a survey said, more than 1/3 of the parents gave their children a smartphone or other digital device first time before their first birthday. But American Academy of Pediatrics clearly said that infants under 1 year old should not be exposed to electronic screen media at all. And children between the age of 2 to 4 should not have more than 1 hour of the sedentary screen time each day. So don't use the technology as an emotional pacifier. Media can be very effective in keeping you calm and quiet, but it should not be the only way they learn to calm down. Don't use electronic gadget as nanny. Children need to be taught how to identify and handle the strong emotion other than the media use. Come up with the activity to manage boredom or calm down through breathtaking, talking about way to solve the problem, and finding other strategy for the channeling emotion. Facts are that there is a dose-response relationship between the age at which children start watching screen media, the number of the daily hours they watch, and negative effect on physical health and well-being, irrespective of the quality of the screen material. And screen time must now be considered as a major public health issue, and reduced screen time must become new priority for children health. American Academy of Pediatric guideline about the screen time already says that already we discussed the less than 18 months there should be avoid the use of the screen media, Only video chatting with the grandparents or any elder person is allowed, as it increases the socialization within them because of the nuclear family nowadays. Between 18 to 24 months, if you want to introduce digital media to high quality programming, watch it with their children to help them understand what they are seeing. For the children of the 2 to 5 years, limit the screen use to the 1 hour per day of high quality programs. Parents should co-view media with children to help them understanding what they are seeing and apply it to our world around them. 6 years and older are now free for how much they can use, but place consistent limit on the time spent using the media and what type of the media. Make sure that media does not take the place of the adequate sleep, physical activity, and other behavioral essentials of the life. Have an ongoing communication about online citizenship and safety, including the treating the others and respect online and offline to others, should be done for the children above 6 years and older, and designate them media-free time together, such as at the dinner time or driving, as well as media-free location at home, such as bedroom. Strategy to address is an important element to treat is to control the internet or device use, determine necessary means research or school project versus the problematic computer or mobile behavior like online gaming, media curfew or screen time monitor for self-regulation and behavioral context. Adolescents should be encouraged and helped to develop non-computer and non-mobile behavior to foster positive lifestyle like participate in the family and social activity and offline hobbies. But changes always begin with the parent, as we are the ultimate role model for children. And that includes be vigilant, but not indulgent. So genuine interest in your children for their dreams, concern, problems, daily activity, friends, disappointment, expectations, etc. Be computer literate yourself. If you are not a literate computer and not knowing the real technology, that may be a chance you may not treat the child in proper way, or you can't keep a proper watch on your children. Use effective communication skill and be a role model with your children, setting realistic and firm expectations with clear, tangible consequences for the children. Communicate your request with precision and authority. Clear guideline for the maximum daily and weekly gaming limit. Eliminate the opportunity for the children to play one parent against the others. Initiate conversation about difficult topics just as you with the other adults. Be kind and respectful. Formulate a family media plan together. Ensure media-free zone and media-free time. Total abstinence from the internet should be not the goal. Control and balanced internet use should be achieved. Raising well-functioning children and teens is not about removing obstacles from the past, but equipping them with a skill to overcome the obstacle on their own and be a wise parents. Treat media as an environment like any other environment of your child life. The same parenting style guideline apply for the both real and virtual environment. Know your children's friend both online and offline. Know what platform, software, and apps your child are using, and what site they are visiting on web and what they are doing online. You should go for WWW approach. First W is for the who teenager meet online, what they do online, and where do they go online. Who teenager meet online give us about the risk that include the stranger talk, bullying, bad advice, and revenge porn. What they do online give us idea about the cyber crime, money loss, stress, and bullying, and where to go online that gives the porn addiction, risky gaming, bullying and wrong advice. There should be a media use guideline for each and every family that include the personal advice guideline, family guideline, and peer guideline. In personal guideline, that include the restrictive media use. Media should not replace the study time, family time, 8 hours of the sleep, and 1 hour of physical exercise. In family time, there should be a media-free family time that include the dinner and driving. Media-free locations should be there in our house that include the bedroom and kitchens. There should be a regular ongoing communication should be there when interaction should be there with each and other with the peers to help ourselves and understand what is the online citizenship and what are the safety measures that will be regularly learned by the children. The personal activity intelligence give the clear-cut internet nutrition or digital diet plan. It included take the routine computer breaks. Social media holiday should be there. Restricted number of the hours. Like if you are taking the regular the Facebook and WhatsApp, it should be used only for the twice. Upload your photos and stories only every 3 days, like that. You restrict your use. That use of the email, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And install the application to know exact time spent on the phone. That will be available on Play Store, like the digital well-being, action days, and usage for the Android. iPhone has their own screen time pre-installed inside the phone only. We should not miss how to stop this cyberbullying. We have to teach our children how to deal with cyberbullying. First and most important thing, log off the site where the bullying is happening, block the email or message, don't respond to them, and always save this type of the message and email to show a responsible adult, and it may help us when we lodge any complaint against that type of the person. And always tell someone and don't take any not useful decisions like ultimately cutting off your age by the suicide or went into the depression. It will be always wise to talk with the someone you trust and दिल खोल के बात कर लो तो ही साइबर बुलिंग के सामने हम टिक पाएंगे. And parents has to reassure them that if anything happens that make them feel scared or mean or suspicious, they can tell you. You will not pull the plug, and you can scold them like anything, and they will become not know where to go and whom to talk. Online safety key message also have to teach to all our children that include monitor their activity regular base, access and random check their digital gadgets, set a specific rule for the what and how to use the internet, keep media log that ultimately give how much duration they use and for what purpose they use the media, delete the unnecessary bookmark and favorite files, keep a strong password to protect our gadgets, take regular break, use internet filter like Net Nanny, Cyber Patrol, etc., which restrict their visit to unnecessary sites. Security software always should be there in our each and every gadget. At any time, if you require, major city has a cyber crime branch, dial 1098. It's a child line if you are in trouble. You also inform that there is nothing like privacy on net. Cookies allow outside sources to see inside home computer. Being online is a good and bad as being as in public can be traced harmful as it is harmful for your future reference and job. And what goes online, stay online. It is your digital footprint. It's never deleted. So always think before posting anything. It includes true, whether it is true, whether it is helpful, it's really important and inspiring, it's really necessary, and it is really knowledgeable to others. I know logout is the hardest button to click, and gadgets give us other fourth monkey of our series of three. But it's really time that we have to deal with the addiction and excessive use, and we can prevent it is always better. Even though the treating the screen addiction is also available with the different screen tools, cognitive behavioral therapy, digital digijudicial or detox app, and some pharmacological therapy. But as we all know, prevention is always better than cure, and we have to restrict our children and ourselves to use excessively the all gadgets, anything. If we talk about the burdens due to the COVID lockdown, there is digital classrooms of the school increase the screen time. Work from the home for the parents increase their screen time also. There is increase in the demand of the children as they have to go nowhere other than the home. There is increased mental stress to all the family members due to the scary figures that coming daily in news. So what will the remedy? To engage the children, the remedies are engage the children in other non-digital activity like after school time, decrease your social media engagement and give sufficient time to children. Don't keep continuous watch on the news, but enjoy the family time and take all the safety measures to protect yourself and your family. So in conclusion, cyber use at all age is on the rise. Parents has less knowledge, less time skill and patience. Digital skill and ethics are rarely taught. Teens are vulnerable to risk. Cyber crimes are rampant and predators are growing. Teens are moving away from home, totally clueless. And it affects all the aspects of the health and security. So it's better to save than the sorry. And ultimately, our all parents' goal should be the our children should be the digitally safe and wise citizen. For any more help, you can contact me on my email address or WhatsApp me through the mobile of my mobile. So I hope my this type of the few tips definitely help you to become a wise digital parent, and wishing you all happy and healthy parenting. Thank you. Hello. So now it's to the Darbar sir again. Sir, you have to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Dr. Samir Bhai. A wonderful and very much informative talk about digital parenting. I also learned 2 or 3 more things about mobile nanny and digital, this everything. Very good. Children below 1 year should not be exposed to electronic gadgets. 2 to 5 years of children, not more than 1 hour. These are very good tips for the parents of the current any parents, and very good topic. Thank you for that. And a few words about management medico, if possible. Pragnesh, can we have all 4 on screen? All 4. I want to introduce all 4. Dr. Pragnesh Vachirajani, Dr. Abhay Dikshit, Dr. Mehul Selat, and myself, Dr. Jashan Darbar. We all are from Management Medico, and we routinely serve you by this type of series. Thank you all.
Thank you all for watching us, and thank you giving me opportunity to interact with you all. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.